Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shade in
the
the
City.
City.
I'm Treese,
It's Nels.
and we are getting into our review of Love and Marriage DC. So please make sure you hit that like button as you're coming in.
And that subscribe button.
And let's get into it. And I need to refill my glass.
I was about to say.
Let's get shady. Yeah.
Well,
We pick up where we leave off at Ocean Prime with Winter and Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley is apologizing for coming off strong. She says in a confessional, she's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine because she hates tea. Ashley, yes, that's my girl. I like her. Winter says she would love to see her, or no, Winter says she would love for Ashley to see her outside of these two marriages because that doesn't define who she is. Ashley says she would no longer like to talk about Kevin.
Mm-hmm. She's like, that's good because this all I know of you is Kevin, God, and Kevin.
Right. So
it's my apartment.
Winter is hopeful in the confessional that they can get to a place of understanding.
Erana says basically she's just glad that we're not sitting at the table with a scammer. So he was the only one. She's like, yeah, I didn't have nothing to do with that. I did not know. Now Ashley says she understands that, Monique is trying to get them together. So, she wants them, to get along. And she says, it's not a sister circle just yet, but with time, maybe once they get to know each other, maybe they'll warm up to each other. Erana says, when I was telling you ladies about, my marriage, infidelity, or, possible infidelity. Erana says, when I was telling you ladies about the infidelity, at Monique's house, basically she was saying that he's done his dirt and I've done mine too. And we talked about that yesterday. Ashley says she doesn't know if Quick has been unfaithful in their marriage. But they were both.
They know they used to be sloppy and, when they was just dating.
Before they got married. And it was kind of like a tit for tat thing. Erana says, I just don't want you guys to think my relationship is perfect. And, Winter's like, yeah, Miss Relationship Specialist. She's like, yes, we know that. We understand. Ashley says her and Quick really built a solid family. And at the end of the day, no matter what's going on, he's the person she wants to come to first. And, that's her guy. And
as she's saying this, Winter is rolling her eyes.
Yes, she is. Jesus Christ. She is in the confessional like, I ain't got shit to say. You better stop it. You better stop it. She's just now starting to like your ass, girl. But she feels like if they keep going this way, they can get through anything as long as they can communicate and get through it. And Ashley says, basically, there's been rumors about Quick, but she hasn't seen anything. And there's even been rumors made up about her. So when you're popular and you're in the public eye, people are going to make up shit. And she don't believe it unless she sees it for herself. With her own ears, with her own eyes. And Erana agrees with that. They toast to being on track of being even better acquaintances. And I think, Winter was very careful with her wording, so she didn't get corrected by Ashley.
Mm-hmm. We catch up with Quick's partner, Sean. Ashley is going to see him to hit him up about clearing Quick's schedule because she realizes he is trying to do these 15 events for the CIAA and just working himself to death. And she feels like, she doesn't want him to be overworked, but not even that. She needs time. She needs Ashley time. She needs Ashton time. And I forgot the other kid's name, but they need time as well. I was like, well,
so you don't look for me for the name.
You terrible.
So in my notes.
So as they're having this discussion, Quick walks in. Quick is like, oh damn. It's never good when you walk into the office and your wife and your business partner sitting up there having a conversation. And so they're talking about his schedule. And she's like, well, where on there does it say, all the kids and her? And it ain't there. And they talk about his commitments with the CIAA tournament and basically him getting a hotel, because we learned that apparently he's been in a few car accidents and gone off the road from going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they tell him he has 9 lives and Ashley's not trying to see if he got 10. So I completely get it.
That's super scary.
Right. And he keeps saying that, he's working so hard to support his family, to support his wife. And I can appreciate her being like, slow down.
Yeah, she's like, I care more about your health and your well-being.
Right. Then they get to a point where they discuss it's funny, he says, oh, next year. And I thought this was cute because it was like pacifying her in a way. And it was like, so next year we're gonna be the most vacationist couple. We're gonna go on record for being the most vacationist motherfuckers. And I'm like, that's pacifying.
And Sean is like, you know what? Let me go ahead and write this down.
When he said this at this
I'm gonna hold your ass to that shit.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, hold me,
Sean. I hope you do. So we have Monique and Chris. They are out in Tanzania.
They said it feels like a dream to be in the motherland and it feels like home.
Right. And no, they're out in the Serengeti. You see the zebras and there's thousands of them and it just looks beautiful and they seem like they're having a good time and hopefully they can keep this energy when they get back home.
So Mama T, which is Erana's mother, comes into Jason's room to get some help with pairing her, looks like her Apple Watch to her iPhone. And I thought it was super dope because we know Jason is visually impaired and she's going to him for help. And he was trying to work through.
He was like, nah, I'm gonna get it.
He had that. So Erana comes in, trying to see what everybody's doing. And she wants to talk to him about Doors. She said the representative from Doors reached out to her. And apparently that is Department of Rehabilitation Services program. And it's where kids learn independent skills and how to go out and get jobs. I think it's super dope. And this is what he wants to do. He wants
to learn how to be on his own and be independent and have his own life. He's like, I see my sisters, my brother, they're out on their own. They're not. And he's like, and here I am stuck at home and he wants to be a normal 21-year-old dude.
Exactly. Apparently this has been a long process. There's a bunch of stuff they had to turn in. So she has turned in the last bit of the application. They're just waiting on a decision. Supposedly it should be done real soon. And he says he plans on learning about computers because he thinks he might want to work for Apple. And apparently Big Jamie told him he couldn't do business because he was visually impaired. And he feels like he should be able to do everything that anyone else can do, even with his disability, just do it differently. And as we saw him pairing the Apple Watch, I agree.
I love his attitude about it too.
Yes. Then he explains that he doesn't want to go to DJ school. He feels
that's not what he wanted to do, and Quick saw right through it. He
did. He called it first. He felt like he's being forced into it. And Erana thinks that he should have this conversation with his father because Big Jamie, she feels like still sees him as a little child who loves music and wants to be a DJ, but he's a grown whole man right now.
Right.
And really all he wants to do is live a normal life, like Tree said, a normal 21-year-old life. And he's pretty frustrated about the fact that he can't. She says that there's still a lot of things that he can do a lot of things, but there's still a lot of things
he can't do on his own. Yeah.
Exactly. So this school really teaches you how to do that, and he wants to go. He's super excited about going. So,
and I want him to go too. He wants his freedom. He wants to be independent. Winter and Erana meet up for drinks. Erana says she wanted to take time to get to know Winter without anyone else around. So then Winter, Erana sits down. She's like, oh, so, how are things going? It's very like small talk. And then she's like, hey, so how do you think things went with Ashley the other day? How do you feel about that? And Winter feels some type of way because she's like, well, I thought you came here to like get to know me and have a conversation with me. And here it is the first 5 minutes and you're talking about Ashley. So she was like, I feel like Erana may play both sides. I don't know, but
they play both sides because you're not really on her side,
right?
But I'm trying to get to know you, honey.
Winter believes that she was up there, but she can appreciate her apologizing. As a woman, she should understand other people's situation
and the sensitivity of it,
right? And not come in as such a heavy hitter.
I agree.
And then Erana's like, I know you're tired of us talking about Kevin, so why would you bring him up? Like, I'm starting to agree with Winter now.
Yeah, and Winter was like, yeah, I am. This has been going on for months.
I am.
And really, I just had to pull myself up by the bootstraps, and I had to do what I had to do. Moving on.
Right.
And she says, she's not old and she's not ugly. And
we learned she's 40.
She's 40 and she's abstinent.
Yeah, 40 and abstinent.
Shocker. Not to me. Okay. To Erana.
Okay. We get into, she wants to dive deeper into Erana's transgressions. And because we all know that she, I guess, got caught stepping out. But she said that it was never physical. She entertained men in her DMs and whatnot, but she wasn't
flirting.
Right. However,
and got caught.
But Jamie caught it. And, how could you, my Black queen? Like he was, really upset about it.
And what they say about women never getting caught. Come on now, Erana.
Yeah, no, that must mean she must have been really up in it. Cause it's hard to get caught.
Couldn't even delete them shit. She just just coming in.
Right. Erana said it's a direct result of basically Jamie being out night after night. She would call him and call his phone, and he said he was out. He fell asleep at a stop sign,
or he left his phone in the car.
Woo! Erana, talk about 26 years. That's love, man. That's fucking
But
love.
she feels like if he did, it could.
She don't know about it, so
it could. Yeah, but it could be her fault. She accepts some of the blame for it. And Winter's like, hold up, no. There's never an excuse for cheating. He's an adult just like you, and you don't just smash a vagina and a penis together. It's a choice.
Winter, I'm here, relationship therapist.
I totally agree. Now she feels like some of the passion has left, and she says his sex drive is way up here, and hers has plummeted
like here
a little bit.
But she says it's because he won't finesse, he won't romance,
he won't get her in the mood. He won't. What is it? Rev her engine? Is that what?
Right, he won't rev her engine.
Yeah, that's important because she says she's very much into foreplay and. He ain't doing that.
He ain't doing that.
Now, Winter offers her friend, who's a sex therapist, for Erana and Jamie, and she's all for it. She's like, "Yes, we need to do that." She says, "Let no marriage, end because the bedroom ain't shaky." No, that's right, boo. So Erana is doing a crab boil, and she says she don't cook at all.
No,
she don't really know how this.
She sprays the crab boil with Pam.
Yeah, to give it a little flavor. Look.
She said, I feel like everything I cook just needs this.
You don't cook now.
And I'm mad because the way she sprayed it on the food and not on the pan.
Basically, she said, her mom did all the cooking growing up, and she was in her bedroom playing Barbie. She was not worried about what was going on in the kitchen. She didn't come out till it was time to eat. So she just don't cook. Her daughter Brittany comes in and she explains that she's from a previous relationship, with her high school sweetheart, that didn't work out. And Jamie raised her as his own. And it seems like everybody's pretty shocked that their mama cooked. She didn't got this crab boiled together. Now, she tells everyone she wants to get everybody together because they normally don't. They don't have a chance to, have a sit down family time together. So she asked Jason, what does he have going on? And, he says he's still waiting on the school. I said, girl, you just made it seem like a setup. Like, we just did this just so you can have this conversation. And Erana says Jason and her had a conversation, and he said he really did in, going to DJ school. He really felt pressured. Jason turns to his father and explains that he knows he wants him to go to DJ school, but he's more focused on his education and independent living. And I don't know. I actually kind of felt a little where Jamie was coming from, but of course, at the end of the day, it's Jason's decision. But he says, he feels like it would be a great story for someone to watch. Someone with your disability learn how to do DJ events.
Yeah,
it would be, but I guess for someone with
he has to
who wanted to do it,
right?
You know what I mean? And he says he wants his son to be better than he was. And he wants to be able to brag on him and, oh, my son's on TV or you're in Hollywood. And I just felt like he could still brag on him.
Right.
Regardless of what he does. He doesn't have to be on TV or in Hollywood. But he did ask him, so what's your plan B? He's like, well, this is my plan B. He's like, no, that's your plan A. What is your plan B as far as your social life? And he says, he wants to get out and meet girls. And his brother intervenes, talking about well, you can't be around no girls without no money. The nerve of you, sir. The nerve.
Well, little Jamie just bought a car, so I'm just saying.
I really think that his parents did not help get that car. And they're on good terms now. Shabba. He explains that he thinks he wants to do something else. He wants to work for Apple. And their daughter intervened. And, she says, I wish we would have had this conversation, before I went to school. Because I always felt like I did what I was supposed to and not what I wanted to. So they asked her, what did you want to do? She said, I don't know. I didn't have a chance to think about it. I was too busy trying to please y'all. I said, wow.
And she says she respects Jason for
being honest. Yes. So, he says in the meantime, he just wants to wait to hear back from Doors. Because, Big Jamie has this thing. So what are you going to do while you wait? You can be going to DJ school. He said, I'm just going to wait. Jamie says he doesn't have all the answers. And, he has a friend that's starting this DJ school right now. So he thought it would be a great idea. But basically do what you want. You grown. You make your own decisions.
So the Tylers and the Silvers are getting together for a double date.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's Silvers, not Silvers. So.
I mean, we're okay. All right. Professional.
I'm just saying. Jamie breaks the news that Jason isn't interested in going to the DJ school to Quick. Quick lets him know and basically says like he feels like I'm trying to force him, and Quick is like, yeah, I kind of got that same energy. And if he's not interested in doing it, you don't want to force him to do it. You don't want him to be bad at it. and then it'd be worse.
And you want him to enjoy what he's doing. You don't want him to hate getting up for work.
Right. So basically, then they go to Erana tells them that she met with Winter and talks about the sex therapist. And I loved it because she was like, yeah, they can maybe like teach us something. And Jamie is like, I don't need no help.
I always want it.
And then he's like,
I'm ready right now.
Yeah.
You might be, but you need to get your wife ready, sir. Because whatever you was doing in the past, it ain't working.
Well, I feel like she don't like, but didn't she say she didn't like light-skinned brothers anyway?
Which I know what she said was he used to eat the box more.
Well, I thought this whole scene, okay, now I'm confused because I thought the whole scene was about eating the box.
Clearly ain't doing it, so.
But she won't let him do it, is what I thought.
I don't think that's what it was.
I think she won't let him eat the box.
Because they was talking about he won't, he was like, oh, she won't let me be affectionate. She was like, you were affectionate or whatever. And he was like, oh, she won't let me. But then later on, she was like, I mean, like he used to eat the box more. Like, nigga, I'm not trying to be hugging up and kissing on you, motherfucker. You just need to. This is what I meant by affectionate.
Oh, okay.
I ain't talking about I need back rubs and head rubs and shit. Get down.
You are stupid.
Or lay down.
So, yeah, Jamie doesn't believe a sex therapist is needed. She then tells the group that he no longer wants to romance her and just tells her to turn over.
And let's do it.
And so, Quick asked him, when's the last time they actually had sex? And I don't think that they can answer the question.
Ain't doing it for her no more, homie. You better eat that box.
Well, so, yeah.
Anyways, Jamie felt uncomfortable having this conversation in front of everybody. He pretty much stayed quiet.
Apparently, Erana gets a little loose off the goose.
She get excited and want to talk about this shit, and Jamie is just like, I don't know why the hell she do this.
She know this is not what I do, but okay.
She's hoping that she'll take advice from other people. Monique and Chris are back from Africa, and they're ready to go back.
Yes, okay. They didn't want to come home.
I understand. I get it. Even if I wasn't in Africa, just being on vacation, you just ain't ready to come home. Monique says that she was checking her emails and she got the contract from WPGC. So we know what that means, Chris. You're going to have to take care of some of that load. Okay. Monique explains that she has a job opportunity to be a co-host of a new morning show on WPGC. And if you are from DC, Monique, you know what WPGC is. And yes, if you live in DC, this area, you do know what it is. She says, if you don't listen, you need to listen to it now because she's on there.
Oh, wow.
Monique says she felt like the trip was so jam-packed that they didn't get to feel what they felt in the moments. You know, I guess now that they're home, they're remembering the things that they did and now it's hitting them. But it was just so much going on at the time.
Mm-hmm. Because she seems like a planner that she would have had them. We're doing this at 3:00. We'll have this at 5:00. We have that. She gives me that.
She says that she thought that they were going to have some aha moments, individually and marriage-wise. Didn't seem like they did.
I told you I was putting a lot on this trip.
She asked Chris if he did, and he says no. She's just like, of course you didn't. I'm like, whoa, lady, you just said you didn't. So she says, we've been talking about our spiritual journey. That's why she's asking, and says he's not being in tune. And he's like, are you just living your life? You're not being in tune? It just took a left. I don't know what the hell happened here. It really did. She's trying to get depth out of him, and it's like a tug of war. She's only getting surface answers. Chris says he feels like he's being open and honest and vulnerable, and feels like maybe he's missing the mark.
All this over, how did you like Africa?
No, what did she ask? If you felt like there was an aha moment. But she said she didn't have it either. So I'm confused. I'm really confused. She says that he talks a good game and says what needs to be done, but the action is very slow to follow.
Oh, Monique is there might be hyper crazy.
She says there might be stuff that you do that she doesn't even say anything anymore because she feels like, what's the point? And Chris does the same thing. He's just like, yeah, there might be stuff that you did that I don't even say anything. I think that really pisses her off when he just kind of piggybacks off of what she said. And she says, well, we'll continue to see what this life has to offer us, I guess. I said, so he tries to change the subject. He asks, what's the situation with your mom? When is she making a move? And Monique gives him the silent treatment. She's just, I'm like, treatment over this? And she says she doesn't want to talk about it. So Chris says, all right, we're done filming. You guys can wrap up early. I said, I really don't know where it went left. I literally paused it, rewound. Like I wanted to understand what happened here. And I don't know if it's editing because sometimes it is. Maybe I missed something. Like Chris, I missed the mark. Okay, but I'm confused. I don't understand what happened because he literally said.
Look, and I didn't even get to watch that scene, y'all. I missed the last one. So this is crazy. That's why y'all see me over here like.
I'm still confused. I don't understand. Maybe she does need to give him some. Maybe it'll help her chill out, calm down. I don't know.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another review of Love and Marriage DC. Please make sure before you head out that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And please make sure that you are following us on all platforms. And we will catch you next week, late, blame her, for another review. Another review of Love and Marriage DC. Love you guys.
Mwah.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe.